Hello, this is Daniel. I just want to give you guys a quick heads up before the video begins, since I will be using my webcam to screen record this video. As always, as has been the issue in the past, my audio eventually goes out of sync. Just want to give you guys that quick heads up. So if you guys are wondering why is my voice out of sync from my lips in the video, that's why. Again, it just seems to happen every time I do a webcam screen record video, and I don't know how to fix it because I do not know how to edit sounds like that. So sorry about that, but that's the situation as it is. Regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now on to the show. Hello, this is Daniel Mart back again. I'm an actor and filmmaker based out of South Florida, and for this video, I'm going to be reacting to Shelby Oaks, the trailer for Shelby Oaks by Chris Stuckman. It comes out right there in the title. It says October 3rd. So yeah, let's react to this. So for those who don't know, Chris Stuckman, he is a YouTube critic, YouTube online movie critic. He's been in the game for about 15 years, I think, at this point, and this is his first feature film. He's done other short films in the past, some that have gotten him a lot, some awards recognitions and a lot of local festivals where he's from, I believe, in Ohio. You know, he's been very big, and he's always been vocal about wanting to do his own feature film. About 2 years back, I want to say at this point, maybe 3 years back at this point, he did a GoFundMe or Kickstarter, I forget which one of them, and he racked up, or his campaign was the most money that's ever been raised for a project of this kind, or any project, any entertainment project, from what I understand. So this is something that's been this is something that's been expected for a long time, especially after all the hype behind it, especially with some of the hate that Chris Stuckman received last year, about a year and a half ago, when he did I think it was the Madam Web video, the review video, which I actually defended him for saying his thoughts on Madam Web. I just thought the controversy against that was just really pointless. And I remember in that video I said that I hope that people don't start review bombing Shelby Oaks when it comes out. And you know, again, that happened about a year and a half. I kind of doubt people will remember that anymore. And if they do, it's going to be like a very tangential, like an asterisk kind of thing. So yeah, I just want to review this because this is something that has been already about 2-3 years in the making. Realistically, even more than that, because of how, you know, writing a screenplay really pans out. He's had several videos, find on his channel, several videos about how this whole started, how the production for Shelby Oaks was. He has a few behind the scenes videos on that. I'm pretty sure if you donated to the campaign, you got a lot more behind the scenes videos and photos and discussions and whatever. If you donated to the campaign, whether it be on Kickstarter, Indiegogo, GoFundMe, whatever. I'm pretty sure it was Kickstarter now I think about it, but yeah. So yeah, let's react to this and give you my thoughts. I thought this was
You need help?
She finally let me go.
Oh. Shelby Oaks. Maybe that's the found footage element to it? Yeah,
Welcome back to the Paranormal Paranoids.
Today
we're taking our first foray into the abandoned town of Shelby Oaks.
I guess those are...
I've been searching for Riley for the last 12 years. I know my sister's not dead.
Bodies were found outside of Shelby Oaks. Riley Brennan is still missing.
The last night I saw her, she said she saw a man standing in her window, staring at her. Yeah.
The same, yeah.
You live alone out here? Nope. Where is my sister?
All right, there you go. There you go. So that is the trailer to Shelby Oaks. Okay, so that was the trailer to Shelby Oaks. Honestly, looks pretty good. I mean, here's the thing. He comes from an indie filmmaker background, so there are certain aspects of it that feels a little bit more indie, if that makes sense. And yeah, it looks cool. Comes out in October 3rd, so we are currently in August 15th, I think. No, we're like August 12th. I don't know dates half the time. So we're about a month and a half away from when this is supposed to come out, which is actually a lot nearer than I thought, funny enough. So yeah, um, I thought it was gonna be a lot more found footage because that was my understanding that this was gonna be a found footage film. So I'm kind of interested in the fact that that's not fully found footage. I guess the found footage is now potentially just limited to the news footage or whatever's on that little Shelby Oaks tape that the was her character May Brennan, I guess, because it's a sister. So there is that. I do think there's going to be a lot more found footage to it. I am excited to see that whole prison sequence. I remember for two reasons. I remember that Chris Stuckman, he said that that prison is actually the same prison that they used in the Shawshank Redemption. So it's the same prison that they used there. So that in and of itself, it's incredible. But also, I also remember him saying that that was actually like that was one of those very integral things that they needed for the story. So just seeing how that whole prison sequence really pans out, I'm really interested in seeing how that goes. Furthermore, if I'm not mistaken, Keith David is in this film, so I'm kind of surprised that they didn't show him in any way, unless I missed it. And he's supposed to be like I'm pretty sure he's the biggest actor in the film, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm also a little bit surprised that they didn't show him or we didn't hear him or anything like that. So those are the two things I really want to comment on. I mean, past that, I can't wait for the film to come out, and that aside, pretty happy for Chris Stuckman that he's finally letting his voice be heard. Those flashes of, I guess, news reviews or news criticisms, movie reviews, that's a word. And that was pretty interesting how they said, he's a very exciting voice in horror, a very great, exciting new voice in horror and all that. If he continues on this trajectory, which I do believe he will continue in this trajectory, I'm really interested to see what comes out of this. And my thoughts on the film, I guess I'll be honest, I hope bare minimum this is at least decent. I hope that at least bare minimum this is decent because I do know that the switch from short film making to feature film making can sometimes be kind of a jarring and drastic jump. For me, it was a bit of a drastic jump when I even as a producer when I did the jump from short film to feature film, when I, with all my short films with Kinsey and The Deal, for example, and then I finally took that leap, even as a producer for something like Spending Some Time Together, for example, even for me, that was kind of a drastic jump. So I can't only imagine how much more drastic it is being a director as well as a producer. So, hopefully, I'll be honest, I am hopefully optimistic for this. There is a small part of me that could see it going by the wayside, if I'm being completely honest, but I'm mostly being optimistic and pray that goes well because I do want him to succeed in this endeavor. I do want him to, if this is truly his passion, that he continues on this endeavor and he keeps making these incredible films. Especially if he's teaming up with like Mike Flanagan and Keith David. That's incredible. Him having that backing from Mike Flanagan, and from what I understand, Mike Flanagan and Chris Huffman are pretty good friends. They met through the film festival circuit, if I'm not mistaken, and they just built up a really good relationship. And if I'm not mistaken, from one of Chris Stuckman's videos, it's because of Mike Flanagan that he was able to partner up with Neon to release this, because alternatively it would have been like straight to video type of thing. So probably like on Tubi, realistically. So I mean, yeah, that's basically it. I'm really excited to see how this turns out. Yeah, that's basically it. I'll leave the link down below for those who want to check out the trailer. And that's it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.